So the Fight Disciples were on location in Abu Dhabi inside the Crown Plaza, the Fighters Hotel, here ahead of UFC 242. Yesterday we had the open workouts, loads of stuff going on. Khabib's obviously a superstar out here. And there's loads of amazing stories, but one story that hasn't been told and needs to be told, and it's a guy that completely seems to have come under the radar to this event. We've got a guy from Manchester, undefeated, making his UFC debut on a pay-per-view event, one of the biggest pay-per-views of the year, a box office event back home in the UK on BT Sport. It really doesn't get any bigger, and yet my man Lerone Murphy's sitting here with his boys, hanging out, looking like it's just another day at the office.
Yeah, well it is. It's just another fight really, so I'm ready though. Feel ready.
Talk to me, Lerone, about this UFC call-up, because as I say, you haven't seemed to have the fanfare of some fighters. You know, you haven't come through the, hate to say traditional, but the Cage Warriors route. You've made your own way here. You deserve to be here, of course, but how did the UFC call-up come about?
Well, I just got off holiday with my family in Jamaica, and I was driving to training. I got a message off my coach, just like a screenshot of Sean Shelby saying, is he ready to fight this kid on 3 weeks notice? And I messaged back like, who's that for? Because I thought it's for another guy in our gym. And he said it's for you, and I'm like, wow, no way. I just said yeah. I didn't even know who the guy was. I just said yeah. So, and we took it, and I was massive as well, but I just wanted to get in there.
When 2019 started, Lerone, did you have, obviously your ambitions as a mixed martial artist is to get here, get to the big show. Yeah. But when this year started, did you think, this is my year, this is going to be my year? Or did you actually think you'd have to get your win record into double figures first?
Well, I would have started the year 7-0. Just started the year 7. Yeah. Well, I thought it could come with a good few wins, but I did have a fight scheduled on Cage Warriors, which would have been at the end of the year, and I thought, if I go and make a statement on that one, get a big one on that one, then it could possibly come 9-0, 10-0. It normally comes around then, but it did come sooner than I thought. Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about your fighting style, because as you say, you haven't featured on a necessarily a Cage Warriors show, so a lot of even UK MMA fans, never mind international MMA fans, may not have even seen you fight yet. What's your fighting style?
I'm just a kickboxer. Really, MMA. Really, I can fight anywhere, but I'm more like it standing. Yeah.
What's the signature move? Is it an elbow? Is it a knee? Is it a high kick? Is it
the big right hand?
Nice.
Big right hand.
The UFC, it has a habit of, I've seen many fighters come to the UFC, get to the big show, and they get here and they look like a cat caught in the headlights a little bit. You're sitting here hanging with the boys, as I say, you look like it's just any day at the office. As the experience of being with the UFC, is it fundamentally different than any other fight camp, or is it just a case of we're doing it overseas?
It's a lot different. Like it's not like a big shock to the system, because I've been around UFC fighters in camps and stuff, and like all the media and stuff, so I know what happens. But it is a lot different. But that's just my personality. I'm just relaxed in it. So
you've had this journey into mixed martial arts. Of course, that's unique to you. But when was the first day you walked into a gym? Did you start in a kickboxing gym?
Nah. So I used to spar with my cousins when I was younger. My uncle's got a boxing gym in Salford, Manchester. I used to spar with them, but my first real day of coaching was in 2013, maybe around September or something. My cousin invited me because he was training at some gym, so I just got down. MMA.
Whose was the boxing gym? Who's your uncle?
Oliver Harrison, who's passed away now, but he was a coach of like Martin Murray, Amir Khan and stuff. He's had some good fighters in there.
Basically one of the best boxing coaches of this generation, absolutely. So at the point when you moved more into kickboxing, Uncle Oliver must have said, come on son, you're getting the best boxing coach in here, why aren't you doing boxing?
Do you know what? Like before he passed away, he was trying to get me over to the boxing side. He was saying, "You do well in boxing, you do well in boxing." But I was just thinking, like, I just love MMA so much, and like obviously because of my age at the time, I was thinking to start boxing now. Do you know what I mean? I just love MMA more. There's more to it.
Oliver, probably one of the nicest guys in British boxing as well, by the way. Absolute diamond. It wasn't always fight sports though, was it? You know, growing up, you know, did you always, what did you want to be when you were a young kid? You know, when you were at school, that kind of thing?
I always wanted to be a footballer. To be honest, I thought I was going to be a footballer when I was a kid. Like, that was a dream, innit? Used to always play football, used to love it. I never thought I'd be a fighter, ever. I always used to love fighting when I was a kid, but I never thought I'd be a fighter, ever.
That's the typical Manchester, Liverpool lad kind of northern response, isn't it? I could have been a footballer, you know. I was going to turn pro, and then I realised at 15 I wasn't going to turn pro. But it hasn't always been plain sailing, though, has it? You know, you had a bit of trouble when you were a kid. Tell us a little bit about what happened there.
So as a kid, obviously around our way, a lot of you just get together and we just get up to things in it. But obviously, then things led to other things, got in trouble, and that kind of changed my life, really, innit? So after that, when I started training, that was like my getaway point from thinking about these negative things, and so it was just like, that was like my only getaway. Like, that few hours in a day was my only getaway. Do you get what I'm saying? So I think that's why I loved it so much. And then as time went by, I was spending more hours in the gym, and it was taking that energy like more and more, and I had less time to think about that stuff. Do you get what I'm saying? So I don't know.
Were you already training martial arts when the problems happened? No, you were just rolling with the gang, basically.
Basically, yeah.
It's kind of a similar story to Darren Till, in terms of he was rolling with the wrong gang, he got stabbed, and he had a life choice at that point. He was lying on a hospital bed, and it was like, either I continue down this road and it's only going to lead one way, or I commit myself to sport, commit myself to martial arts. Were you in a similar boat?
Not really that, because when I started the MMA, I wasn't thinking like, oh, this is going to be my career choice. I just liked to do it. Do you get what I'm saying? It's just like a getaway for a few hours. I didn't, even for the first year, I didn't think, oh, this is going to be my career choice. Do you get what I'm saying? So it was only after I had a fight or two amateur. I had my first amateur after about 6 months. After I had that fight, after I had the second fight, 3 months after, that's when I thought, yeah, this is what I want to do.
How bad did things get at one point? Because you were shot, right?
Yeah. It got real bad. It got deep, man. It got deep. Things got deep, but and obviously it could have got worse. It's just one of them things, isn't it?
What was that like, being in hospital with your family around you and stuff? And where did you get shot?
I got shot in the face. It's one of. I'm just chilled in it. Like, it's just one of them. Obviously, it's more frustrating than anything else. Like, it's just more frustrating, isn't it?
You mean you kind of, I don't want to dig too much, but you're embarrassed by it because, you know, okay, it was obviously a low point for you, but it was also a defining moment in your life.
Yeah, I'm glad it happened. In that respect. I'm not embarrassed by it. It's just one of them things what had to happen, innit? It's just one of them things.
Where did you actually get shot? You say you got shot in the face, which for most people be like, what? Where about did the bullet hit your face?
In the mouth. Straight through.
So it literally went into your mouth?
Yeah, straight through. 2.
Wow. That is absolutely insane. Yeah. At the time, with the you know, for anyone listening might think, you got shot in the face twice. Like, how is he even still here?
Like, the doctors couldn't explain it really. They were just thinking, like, they didn't know. Didn't have a clue.
Wow. Have you got the bullets as a little memento somewhere? Have you kept them on a chain or anything like that?
Fuck knows where they went. I spat them out. I remember getting up off the floor and spitting them out.
Holy shit. So this guy got shot twice in the face and spat the bullets out. No wonder you're sitting here chilled as fuck going into your first UFC fight. He spits bullets out.
Yeah, it's crazy though. It is. I don't think it's that crazy, innit? But I can see why outsiders think it is.
He spat out 2 bullets. Got shot in the face and spat the bullets out. Holy shit. As if you're not going to be the next UFC champion.
That's the hope. That's the dream, yeah. That's the dream.
It's incredible that you're so relaxed and blasé about it, because it's the most mental thing I think I've probably ever heard. But My God, to come through that though, no wonder you're chilled, because at the end of the day, you've won the greatest fight of your life, the fight to live. So this is a walk in the park.
Yeah, that's how I see it really, like extra time in it, like I'm doing better than I was in it, so every achievement I make from here on is good for me. That's positive. My mum's happy, family's happy. Like I could have easily went down a different way, do you get what I'm saying? So I'm happy, I'm good.
Is your mum a fan of your fighting, or is she like most mums, she'd have preferred you to go and be a school teacher or a lawyer?
No, I'm happy. I'm not doing nothing negative, so she's happy. Yeah. Obviously, she don't want to watch it because she don't want to see me get hurt or whatever, but she knows that I'm doing something good, so she's proud. She's proud.
She must be going out with her girlfriends and whatever now, saying, well, you know, Lerone's out in Abu Dhabi, he's doing his thing, he's fighting in the UFC now. I bet there's a few prouder women in all of Manchester.
No, definitely. She just wants that text at the end of it to say I'm okay, and then she's good.
This journey for you is, you know, this chapter in your life, and you've had a couple of chapters. It feels like something a bit special is about to happen here. I think the fact you've come in massively under the radar is a huge benefit to you, but I also think big performance on Saturday night, you know, you become pretty much an overnight superstar with the UK fans.
I'm ready to go, I'm ready to go. Like, obviously people are underestimating me a lot. I know my abilities, I know his, I know it's a big hard fight, but I think against a better opponent I'll perform better anyway. Like, I've been fighting guys that are just like the last guy I fought, it was good, but it was just easy, but because he wasn't as good as me, do you know what I mean? But I think because, like, when I spar like other guys in the gym that are like top level, it brings like my better level out, but it's still not a fight, it's just a spar. Do you get what I'm saying? So on fight day, I switch on.
Is the next dream for you to feature on a UFC card in the UK as well?
Yeah, that's my dream. Manchester, London, anywhere in the UK would be sick.
It's been a while now since Bisping fought Henderson. I think was the last time we had a UFC in Manchester, and it was a staple at Manchester for a long time. Are you a goals guy? Is that like on your goals list now, to headline at the Manchester Arena, to be the main guy, to walk out in the main event? Yeah,
that's like the end goal further on, but I'd like to just fight all over the world. I'd be happy to travel and fight, because I enjoy this trip here. Has been fun. I'd like to do that, but yeah, Manchester, when I get like further on, maybe top 10 or something, main event.
Wow. Lerone, the bullet chewer, debuts Saturday night. Do not miss it. It's going to be sick. Congratulations again, man. What a crazy journey you've been on, but this is just the beginning.
Definitely just the beginning. I just need to go and perform Saturday night now. This is like the most important fight of my life. I need to just go and perform and make sure, obviously, like you say, you don't get caught in the headlights. But I'm ready to go. I feel good. I've got a good team around me. I'm ready to go, man. Ready to go.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Much appreciated.